Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress with your daily dust for Sunday, September 17th, if you're watching in real time, but it can also be for whenever you stumble upon it. It's also a timeless reading. This is a daily dust, which is pixie dust. It's the sprinkling of magic that you get every day to kind of decide how to approach your day. And it sometimes is for a specific day, and sometimes it's signs and clues to some future events or reflections of the past and how to make adjustments today for those things. Using the law of attraction, you see the image, the thumbnail or whatever, and then you go to it, or you can follow me daily. And I just love to have you daily. I appreciate you. If you're new, please consider subscribing. Would love to have you as part of the Sparkles of Light here. And so I'm just doing a little tiny mini series here, a mini series using the Viking Oracle. So again, we're using the Viking Oracle for today's Daily Dust by request. You're welcome to request any decks that I have, and I have a playlist that shows all the decks that I own and flip through reviews of them all. And we're going to do a 3-card collective message here. Yesterday we used this deck too, and it was real interesting what came out. It's actually kind of a love story, like the fountain. No time can separate this couple. Let's see what we get today. Ooh, we have the halls. I dreamt of a hallway last night. That's interesting. It was kind of a scary dream though. But I came out victorious, so that's good. Ooh, we have Odin again. He came out yesterday. He's like keeping a watch over you. All right, and we have Freya. Yes, I love Freya. All right, let's zoom in and see what we get. This deck has cards that represent the runes, but today no runes are coming out, which is kind of interesting. So first of all, we have the halls. This is the two halls being Valhalla and Folkvanger. You will be rewarded for your work is what this is about. Be brave, even if you are afraid. Now is time to work for the greater good and maybe volunteer for something. So here's a little poem. I am content, for I have passed from the world with a sword in my hand, blood spilled in your name. With honor in my heart, I join the All-Father. Or is it golden-haired Freya? I am carried by the winged woman, screaming my name. And they're both here. Isn't that funny? So this is a person, and these are the two people that he's talking about. So I'm beautifully synchronistic. So two Vikings dying, weapon in hand, fighting to save one's community, was considered the most honorable of deaths. Such warriors were rewarded in Norse afterlife with the admittance to either Freya's Hall, Seatrummer, or, which is in Folkvanger, the People's Field, or Odin's Hall, Valhalla, in Asgard. It was told that Freya had the first pick of the dead, even above Odin. Those whom Freya selected were carried to Sesruminir by the mighty winged Valkyries, who served her. Oh my God, that's so funny. So the dream that I had, I described it to my son this morning, and he said, like a Valkyrie. I was like, yes, like a Valkyrie. So in the dream, the last thing I said in my dream is it had something to do with fighting some kind of battle, and it was sort of like a battle cry. And yeah, and then I woke up. I never saw what the battle looked like, but all I knew is in my dream, I felt brave enough and I felt like I would be victorious if I took on this battle. So, in all, it was a good dream, I guess. Sometimes my scary dreams, when I analyze them, I realize they're actually good dreams after all. So, yes, The Valkyries. Freyr's chosen dead included brave warriors as well as women who had died an honorable death, either those who fought on the battlefield or those who had committed suicide rather than endure rape or a life of dishonor. Freya's hall was known as a hospitable and wondrous place, described as large and beautiful in the Eddas. Those who joined Freya were free to do nothing more than practice their fighting skills in preparation for the battle at the end of days at Ragnarok. Odin's hall, situated in Asgard, was described in ancient texts as being impressively built, guarded by eagles and wolves and containing long tables groaning with food and mead like those chosen by Freya. The exemplary men that Odin selected to join him in his hall also trained to stand beside Odin at Ragnarok. Don't confuse these halls with Christian idea of heaven, though. The halls were not places where spirits lay idle or ready to be reborn. There, life continued in ways the Vikings found ideal, celebrating, fighting, and training in happy, purposeful companionship. Admittance to one of the halls was seen as a reward for honor, for courage, for giving up one's life for the community. The halls remind us to step outside our own needs and consider the greater good. It kind of makes me feel like Earth. If we're going to talk about heaven and hell, or heaven and purgatory and hell, that Earth would be sort of the purgatory or the hell, and that these halls would be more of the heaven, but in a different way that heaven is in the Christian way, where it's just like a happy place where nobody's doing anything. It's actually the way we wish Earth would be. What the Earth plane is the happy place where we're having fun activities and we're doing things. We don't, the image of heaven is beautiful and everything, but the image of not being active seems kind of boring. We like to assume that, or the way we see a joyful life is one that's full of activities and wonderment and exploring and excitement sometimes. So to me, I feel like hell on earth is kind of what a lot of us already experience, like prisons and inactivity and monotonous routines and being stuck. Those kinds of things are more of the unhappy kind of energy that we don't want. So it's possible that you're breaking out of this and you're moving into an energy of getting to have fun and getting to do what you want because of being brave, because you're being, the God seeing you as doing something, taking a risk. You see, let's say, for instance, we look at the Fool card, and in the Fool card, you see a man looks like about to jump off a cliff. And that seems a little bit like, well, he's going to jump off the cliff and die. Like most of us just assume that's just really dangerous. But it's an image that represents taking a chance and having faith that somebody will catch you, having faith that you'll come out all right in the end, that you won't meet your death, basically. But if you do meet your death, then you did it in a way that you leveled up because you took a chance. So it's almost like if you just didn't even take that chance, it's almost like you met a death, but the death where the outcome was hell, because you get to stay here and just repeat the same old thing and never take chances and never do anything exciting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have an interesting perspective on that. But what I see is that you can take a chance and you will be rewarded for taking this chance. And the outcome is not going to be the lack or loss of anything. The outcome is going to be the leveling up of everything. So yesterday Odin came out, and he is, he said for you to seek guidance from him. And he is both a warrior and also a storyteller. And how he casts his runes is very interesting, and how he uses the well of weird and of the well of wisdom at Yggdrasil to help him see further is also very interesting story too. So I recommend you listen to yesterday's reading as well. And he's basically here to teach you that education and listening to wisdom of others is very important for your growth and development. And also see the big picture. The more you know about the situation, the better you can assess it. And research is not wasted. Keep looking beyond just the physical. You're on the right track. But even if you're doing that, but you're still not taking a risk, a leap of faith, you're still not quite there yet. So you still got to take that leap of faith. But Odin is here. He's always here guiding you towards the answers that you need. And so Freya's like, well, if Odin can't help you, then I will help you. So Freya is all about birth and death are both part of life. The feminine power is different from, but equal to the masculine power. You can fight your own battles, choose partners with discernment. Fertility in all forms surrounds you now. Healing in body, mind, and spirit is currently available to you. External beauty is rarely enough. Seek depth and intelligence too. All maidens and mothers, come to me, invoke my name in wisdom. All warriors, seek me out. Magic flows from my body, a treasure beyond the gold I wear. I am equal, powerful, flowful, fertile. I am Freya. So, Freya was the most beautiful woman. Just picture the most beautiful warrior woman standing naked upon a battlefield, hair whipping around her, head high, eyes flashing, weapons bloodied, and between her breasts a magnificent gold and amber necklace glitters. Despite the death and chaos around her, men cannot take their eyes from her. They both fear and desire the mighty goddess Freya. Freya is known as the defender of women, a battle queen, a healer, and a deity of birth and death and war and witchcraft and fertility. She is often depicted naked, unabashed in her power and primal sexuality, wearing nothing but the great constellation of a necklace called Brisingamen, which means fire. It's wrought from gold and amber. Brisingamen is said to represent the power of the four elements and the fertile power of the synergy of these elements together. When Freyr dons her necklace, she is irresistible to all. Within the Norse mythos, Freya is equal in status to the All-Father Odin. In battle, she gets half the slain and Odin the other half. Her maidens, known as the Valkyries, assist Freya in removing the heroic dead from the battlefield. Even after death, men desire Freya and long to be in her hall and fight by her side at Ragnarok. Freya is known for her wisdom as well as for her lustful nature. Norse women sought her blessings and advice on healing and on magic and sexual matters. Women hoped to enter her hall after death. The grave runestones mention that when you went to Freya, you put it on your grave because you're pretty proud of it. Yes, so beautiful. Freya has that beautiful necklace called Brisingamen. And I feel like there could be a necklace involved in this situation today, or some kind of lucky charm, something, also some kind of clothing or outfit, necklace, jewelry, beads, something that you wear that gives you protection and also lends it beauty or some kind of appeal, part of your look, something like that. Now, remember, Freya mentions that true beauty is more than just appearance and your looks. It's the quality inside. And between Odin and his well, it's like his fountain of youth, something that he's drinking, and then something that Freya's wearing. Those two things are like the pixie dust, the magic that transports them, transitions them from ordinary to extraordinary. So there could be some kind of thing that you like to use or you like to call upon to help give you that little added feeling of going from ordinary, mundane to extraordinary to magical. A talisman, something that gives you more courage than you would normally have, even if it's just psychosomatic. You just feel your lucky shorts or whatever it is. I can't only do this if I wear my eyelashes today, whatever it is. But it's that certain something that makes you step into your power a little bit more. It's all part of your connection with your self-worth and your mind and your presence. So if you need all that extra something to help you take that leap of faith, then that might be the medicine today, or maybe it's a clue for something in the future. But if you're gathering your strength and courage to take this step, then wisdom and knowledge and research, and also just that finding that little piece of magic that makes you feel confident a little bit more than you normally would without it. All right, and I hope you like that for Trust and Pixie Dust.